Broncos country. We've made it to July. And that means one thing: the grind is about to begin. Training camp is just 15 days away. And the 2025 season, it's coming fast. Now's the time when rosters start to take shape and unknown names begin turning heads. And according to ESPN, there's one name every Broncos fan should circle: Pat Bryant. That's right, the rookie wide receiver out of round 3 has been labeled Denver's surprise breakout candidate for the 2025 season. And at first, yeah, it sounds bold. Can a rookie really be a surprise when we haven't even seen him in a regular season snap? But then it hits you. This kid might be different. Why? Because before he ever stepped foot in the Broncos' facility, Sean Payton compared him to none other than Michael Thomas. That's not a casual comparison. That's a head coach putting weight behind a young player's potential. Sure, his 40-yard dash time raised some eyebrows, clocking in at 4.64. He's not going to torch corners in a foot race. But that's not what sets him apart. What makes Pat Bryant special is his craft, the precise routes, the sudden burst off the line, and the ability to create separation without relying on raw speed. He's a technician, a problem for defenders before the ball is even thrown. And in an offense that's still finding its identity, a player like Bryant could quietly become a go-to target. Broncos fans, get ready. This rookie might not just make the roster, he might shake up the whole depth chart. What stood out the most during Broncos minicamp and OTAs? Pat Bryant's physicality. Not just flashes, but consistent, high-level, grown-man football. One play in particular lit up the field, a highlight reel catch over cornerback Jaquan McMillian corrected from Jade Barron that had not only ESPN, but nearly every Broncos beat reporter buzzing. It wasn't just a great grab, it was a statement. A young receiver saying, "I'm not here to sit back. I'm here to take my spot." And let's be real, we haven't even seen the full version of what Pat Bryant can become. Coming out of Illinois, he wasn't surrounded by elite talent. We're not talking Georgia, Alabama, or Ohio State here. This is a middle-tier program where offensive firepower is limited, and running the ball is the name of the game. Yet despite all that, Bryant still stood out. He averaged an unreal 18.2 yards per catch, found the end zone 10 times, and dropped just one ball. That kind of production, in a run-heavy offense, speaks volumes about his skill set. No, he's not a burner. He's not going to clock a 4.2 like Tyreek Hill, and he doesn't have to. What matters is his ability to separate, to get open, and to make tough catches look easy. And in this Broncos wide receiver room, there's a real opportunity. Marvin Mims brings vertical speed. Courtland Sutton dominates the deep ball. Troy Franklin adds pure burst. But Bryant, he's the X factor, the one who can turn a broken play into a big gain, who wins with technique and toughness. This kid isn't just fighting for a roster spot. He's coming for a role. Here's the thing, Pat Bryant doesn't need to be a deep threat specialist. What the Broncos need is someone who can carve up the middle of the field, that 10 to 15-yard range where games are won on third downs and tight windows. If Bryant can win there with crisp, reliable route running, it opens up a whole new layer to this offense and gives Bo Nix exactly what he needs to succeed as a rookie quarterback in 2025. And don't forget, Sean Payton himself made the bold comparison. Bryant reminds him of Michael Thomas. That's no throwaway line. Thomas built a career dominating short to intermediate routes, especially the slant. Defenses knew it was coming, and still couldn't stop it. That connection with Drew Brees was surgical, relentless, nearly unstoppable. Now, imagine if Bo Nix and Pat Bryant can build even a fraction of that chemistry. If Bryant can become even 80% of what Michael Thomas was at his peak, That's a home run pick. Let's not forget, this is a third rounder we're talking about. The expectation isn't to post Justin Jefferson numbers from day one. But if Bryant steps in and delivers a rock-solid rookie campaign, that's a massive win for this franchise. Here's a projection that feels realistic and exciting. 74 targets, 47 catches, 500+ yards, and 3 touchdowns. In a crowded wide receiver room loaded with talent, those numbers aren't just decent. They'd signal a breakout in the making. Looking at the current state of the Broncos' offense, 2025 could absolutely be a breakout year for Pat Bryant. Now here's the question. Can he hit 500 receiving yards in his rookie season? It's a tight call. This wide receiver room is loaded. Marvin Mims, Courtland Sutton, Troy Franklin, and even tight end Evan Engram all demand targets. It's not going to be easy for anyone to dominate statistically in this kind of rotation. But based on what we've seen, the physicality, the route precision, the early flashes in camp, Pat Bryant absolutely has the tools to clear that mark. If he earns the trust of Bo Nix and carves out a consistent role, 500+ yards is realistic. Call it 529 yards and 3 touchdowns. A strong foundation for what could become a long-term weapon in Denver. And that kind of production, in a crowded depth chart, that's how you earn respect fast in this league. Now, shifting gears for a moment, let's talk about a Broncos legend who continues to impact the game at every level. Peyton Manning. Every year, Manning hosts the renowned Manning Passing Academy, a platform where future stars get real, hands-on mentorship from Peyton, Eli, and their family. It's more than just drills. It's leadership. It's football IQ. And it's about giving back to the next generation of talent. Coming up next, let's dive into how Peyton's influence still echoes through the league and what it means for young quarterbacks like Bo Nix. At the Manning Passing Academy, Peyton Manning does more than just share quarterback tips. He passes on the soul of the game. This annual event isn't just about throwing mechanics or footwork. It's about leadership, fundamentals, the mindsets it takes to be great, not just at quarterback, but in life. And while Peyton may have hung up his cleats, make no mistake, he's still a presence. Sure, time has added a few pounds, but the fire, it's still there. The command, the love for the game. And yes, he can still sling it. Toward the end of his Broncos career, his arm wasn't what it once was. We all saw that. But despite the physical decline, Peyton Manning's impact was undeniable. He helped bring Denver a Super Bowl. Even when Brock Osweiler stepped in midseason, it was Manning's leadership, preparation, and that carried this team to the finish line. He didn't just manage games, he inspired a locker room and helped deliver a championship to a city hungry for greatness. That's the legacy. Now, to see him out there, interacting with the next generation, high-fiving kids, coaching them up, laughing and giving back, it's everything you hope a Hall of Famer would be. Because Peyton Manning isn't just one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever do it. He's a true ambassador of the game. Just look at that. Peyton Manning surrounded by future athletes, future leaders, the next generation of football. It's moments like these that remind us why this game is so much bigger than wins and losses. It's about legacy. It's about giving back. And Manning, he's still doing both at the highest level. You can feel the energy in that camp, the excitement, the inspiration. And you just know, one or two of those kids out there, they're going to make it. They're going to put on an NFL jersey one day. And when they do, they'll remember the time a Hall of Famer gave them a high five and believed in them. So here's to Peyton Manning, 18 forever. Not just for what he did on the field, but for what he continues to do off it. That's going to wrap it up for today's breakdown. More Broncos stories are on the way. The season's getting close, and the energy is building. Until next time. Keep the faith. Stay loud. And as always, Broncos country, let's ride.